This is the before the post.
Oh God.
All right, we're ready for the transformation.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my God. Hello.
Hello. So today, what I want to do is just really just help you wherever you are at with your journey of. It could be as simple as you and photography, or as deep as you and your self-perception and self-love. I don't know. I just want to, wherever you're at, whichever journey you're taking, I want to be able to help you in the smallest way I can. I guess let's start with what is your relationship like with like you and photos of you?
Awkward.
Awkward.
Yeah, I mean, so generally speaking, like just kind of backtracking a little bit, like when I was little, I remember my first dream job literally from childhood was to be a supermodel. And then of course insecurities kicked in and I was like, that's never going to happen. And so I like got over it and thought of like a more realistic, job aspiration, whatever. But in more recent years, particularly when I dyed my hair blue, I wanted to maybe finagle around with modeling a little bit, maybe get into like alternative modeling. Cause like I have the blue hair, my snake bites, I have piercings, I have tattoos. So I've done like a couple amateur photo shoots, but I always am very hesitant and feel super awkward because I don't know like what to do with my body or my face or anything. Because all I know how to do is smile, and like I have a nice smile, I think. But like
you have a beautiful smile.
Thank you. But like I know that's not all there is to modeling, because they're always like serious, like resting bitch face.
Right,
I always feel super awkward. And I don't know.
Is that what they call it out there?
That's always been my perception. But so I always like rely on the photographer to be like, just tell me what to do with my body and everything. And I'll just do what you tell me.
Where would you want to be with this relationship? So to go over it with you, just to clarify, we feel a little bit awkward sometimes, maybe because we're not entirely sure what we should be doing with our body or our expression. We have a beautiful smile. We love to work the smile, but maybe want to do some of these other range of expressions. That's currently where we're at. Where would you want to be? Like, what would be your goals?
I guess just be more comfortable with knowing how to, like, what facial expressions particularly to make other than smiling, because that's literally all I know. And I feel like there's so much more to that. Like, even when I've done like, one of my girlfriends wanted to do like a witchy coven type photo shoot with like all girl groups, like for her birthday to celebrate, and all of them would just be like, like, all seductive and stuff, and I'm just like,
girl, what are you talking about? You're doing it right now. Okay, but they were doing all of that. And you're like,
and I'm just awkwardly in the side, just like, hi, I'm a witch too. Like,
I love that. Okay, so possible goal is like more range in the facial expressions, and I personally, from the way I see it, I think you have it. It's more so being able to like sit with it and like work the expressions, right?
Okay, yeah. And
be what else?
In it.
Right, be comfortable in it, be confident in it. Any other things with like what kind of goals you might have with this relationship you have with photos of you and being in front of the camera?
Probably more insight into what to do with like my limbs. I always feel awkward with my arms and never know what to do with them. So I just kind of default to hands and pockets usually. Right. But yeah, I feel like I'm just generally awkward. I didn't expect to actually win this. I was so surprised. Like I randomly just like saw you in like a suggested reel or something once on Instagram one day, and I was like, oh my God, I live for this man, how cute. And I've been like obsessed with you. And
when was this, Chelsea? When was that? Do you remember like what time period?
Oh God, maybe like within the last month. It was recent.
Oh, this is pretty recent.
Yeah, I just barely started following you, and I was just like, oh, I love this guy. Like, I've like shown your profile to my friends and stuff, and then I saw your giveaway post, and I was like, fuck it, why not?
Yes, please.
And then I got the email. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, So yeah. Anyway, like I said, definitely fangirling right now.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me blush. Okay, let's see here. I want to see at least some photo references. I'm just trying to contextualize here as much as I can so I can help you in the best way I can. Could you possibly show me one photo where you feel like needs work, whatever that means to you? And then another photo that makes you feel really, really freaking good.
So this is like a little of both. This was a photo shoot I did for a friend's sunglasses brand.
Yeah.
And so she posed me and she was like, oh my God, you look like such a baddie. And like everybody says this is great, but I feel awkward about it. But I think it's also just because I'm insecure about my body right now, because I'm like the heaviest I've ever been. And I'm not like overweight by any means, but like I'm definitely thicker than I used to be. So I'm not like, I don't really know what to like do when I feel extra squishy.
Yeah.
And this one too.
Love. It's from the same photo shoot, right?
Yeah.
Love.
So like I posted them because I mean the photographer gal was like, oh my God, you look great. And I was like, do I though? But okay.
Yeah.
So that was like, that's like a mixed.
Right.
Find one of the body painting ones.
The body painting one was one of the ones where you like really freaking love.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
It was super empowering and just like, oh my God, I feel so sexy. I was like, what the hell?
Hey,
I was like, who this?
Who's this? Hell yeah.
Oh, this was a cute one I did for like headshots, for like professional headshots.
Yeah. And you like that one.
Yeah.
It makes you feel good.
Yeah, that was like a cute, natural, like just look down laughing type thing.
Yes.
Since I feel more comfortable smiling, that's kind of like my natural state.
Right.
That was easier and more comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, here's from the first photo shoot I did shortly after my hair.
That's pretty. How do you feel about this one?
Shy, but also confident.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
tell me why the shy.
Because I don't normally wear clothes like that. So like I've always been like way more reserved and like
right.
I've always like covered up my body and stuff. So like being more comfortable in my skin and like, I don't know, I guess sexuality is like newer for me. So it's just kind of like, so it's a sheepish, but like I felt good about it.
That's good.
I'm still trying to find the stupid body painting thing. Okay, here we go. So I'm in the middle there with two friends.
Wow. Stunning. And you felt really good about this one. Even though it's more, I guess we could say it's more risque than the other photo that you sent me. Do you feel shy about this one or no?
I was even more like, I was even more exposed, but I felt more comfortable with that. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. I think just like because that other one was like my first photo shoot ever that I'd done. And this isn't the other body painting.
Beautiful. So, that's super, beautiful. You're like a poster.
But it's for a project called Supernova. So it's all kind of like spacey type stuff.
Stunning.
Yeah. Oh, and I did a vampire photo shoot with a friend.
Yeah.
And that I felt a little more confident on. That's the last one. So this one was another one that I felt a little awkward with my face, but I had like the fangs, so it was kind of hard to like do anything else. Right. But I tried doing like the, I don't know, sexy type.
Look at you.
But like anything like more sexy, like I feel awkward because I think I just generally don't feel very sexy. I like that one though.
That's pretty.
That one's my Facebook profile right now, but yeah.
Hey. Stunning. Thank you for sharing. Let me try this. Okay. If there's like a couple things that you'd love to selfishly learn from me today, what would that be? I know you mentioned, again, facial expressions, what to do with your arms, anything else?
Not that I can think of. I think those are probably the main two things. I mean, other than just how to be confident. Yeah.
Well, okay. Let's do this. I've been going through this sort of like general exercise with everyone. I think it would be super helpful. I do have some like more specific tips that I could definitely give on those specific photos itself.
Okay.
And I think that would be really helpful. But let's go through this like general like tip first.
Okay.
Let's give it a stand. Let's stand up together. This is gonna be kind of like taking a yoga / dance class together. And what you want to do is you want to have your screen that you see me on, have it just on me. So I don't want you to be able to see yourself. And this is very intentional. So it's like, I see it as two ways, Chelsea. I see it as feeling and then looking. And, you know, like earlier on, I was also saying quite a bit, feel good, look good, right?
Yeah.
And you yourself has mentioned maybe doing some of those poses, you don't feel as confident. It feels a little bit awkward. And then perhaps you feeling awkward also comes out looking a bit awkward, right?
Yes.
Like the first photo that you showed me, the one where you're sitting down, the one where everyone else were like, Chelsea, you look so cool, right? But then you yourself, you're kind of like, you're like on the fence about, right?
Yeah.
So I think there's two things with that specific scenario. There's a part where, I think the pose could be, technically speaking, I could adjust a couple of things, but I think me adjusting a couple of things wouldn't change how you feel about that pose. I think there's a part of us that we need to explore and be able to, especially if like that kind of feeling cool, feeling badass, feeling sexy isn't something we feel on an everyday basis. We do, but it's not something we do like we tie ourselves down to. It's something that we just need to get used to more and feel confident in doing that more so. So, which is why I asked you to just see me on the screen.
Okay.
I just want you to move your body with me and really focus on feeling. Okay. I'm gonna be your mirror, right? So go to putting your feet together like I am here. Really just comfortable for now. There we go. And since I'm your mirror, if I bring this hand up, perfect. And then bring the wrist up just a little bit and bring it down with me. There we go. And then we're gonna bring our foot out this way. There we go. And then we're going to relax this knee over here. Just shake it around with me just a little bit. Perfect. And then that is going to allow us to shift our weight onto this side.
Okay.
There we go. And I always say, you got to be more fabulous than me. So you got to kick it out more than I can. There you go. There you go. It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
I hope it feels a little bit more sassy, a little bit more character there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And again, you should be able to move your knee around here.
Yeah.
Right? Perfect. Sweet. Let's leave it at the sort of center point over here.
Okay.
And pretty much what we've done is we've moved around 3 of what I call my 7 posing points. Let's come back to the middle over here.
Okay.
So you're like, what in the world? What are these 7 posing points? So I know how you mentioned, you're like, David, sometimes I don't know what to do with my pose, what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
I always tell everyone, we're overthinking too much when it comes to posing. Our 7 posing points is essentially our joints. We have our ankles, knees, hips, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and our neck.
Okay.
My whole teaching with posing is essentially if you change one of these 7 posing points, it becomes a new pose. And let me show you what I mean. Do you have a go-to pose that you like to do? Like anything? Like if I took a camera up and I want to take a photo of you, what would you do?
Probably.
Okay, perfect. All right. And then let me have you go out to
so basic. I don't know.
No, and that's
like this.
Right. It's because it's your go-to pose. It's your go-to pose, right? This is literally my go-to pose, Chelsea. Okay, seriously. But let's say this is your go-to pose. You don't have to do this with me. Just watch, right? I'm only gonna change my footing, right? Which is like the first 7 posing points, which is the ankle, right?
Okay.
We're over here. If I move just that to over here, it becomes a new pose. If I move that front and take a step, it becomes a new pose. If I bring it back and be away from the camera, that's another new pose. I could have this foot in the back That's another new pose. I could have this in the front. That's a new pose, right? There's like all of like, we don't even have to touch the arms, right? We're always so focused on, oh my gosh, David, what do I do with my hands? But it's, what have we done over here as setting our foundation?
Okay.
All right. So hopefully that kind of showcases just a little bit what I mean by changing one of these 7 posing points already makes a new pose.
Yeah.
Right? And I think when we hear it that way, we're like, oh my gosh, that makes it a lot easier.
Right.
Right. I don't always have to be so worried about what my pinky and my hands are doing. It becomes more accessible. It becomes more easy. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have you do this with me real quick.
Yeah.
Let's do right here. Okay. So we're going to go for a wider stance. We're going to go for even wider stance. This should feel really like a power stance.
Okay.
Right. Perfect. We're going to go back into center. Okay. We're going to go for right here. We're going to raise our ankle. Beautiful.
Okay.
Gorgeous. And then we can turn just a little 45 this way, still have our foot up. Beautiful. We can kick the booty back just a little bit, shape the booty. Yes. There you go. Okay. Back to center.
Okay.
Right. So let's build this pose again. We had the footing, which is right here. We're going to put it up on our ankle. We can move our knee, which is the second posing point, in just a little bit.
Okay.
Gorgeous. And then we're going to move our third posing point, which is the hip. We're going to kick that up.
Okay.
Gorgeous. Love. And then the next one, the fourth posing point, is our shoulder. All right.
Okay.
Imagine this shoulder point getting closer to this hip point, like so. Love.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm going to have you watch me. You can follow me. You don't have to follow me, but I want you to just focus on watching me.
Okay.
Right now, we're here. As I move this knee, we're creating that S curve right here. Right? Do you see it?
Yeah, yeah.
And then right now, it's really stagnant up here. Everything's very straight. But the moment we're continuing that curve. And that's exactly what's happening when I'm seeing you over there. So follow me.
Okay.
Yes. And you look absolutely fantastic. This is why I like being your mirror. Like everything you see me, like I'm seeing you doing the same thing. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So from here, we can also work this shoulder front just a little bit if you want. Yes.
Okay.
And then we can also work it the other way too. Right, open up just a little bit.
Okay.
Yes.
This one down still or up?
We can change that around if we want to as well.
Okay.
Right. But I'm showing you just all the possibilities. And that looks fantastic for you too. And let's go back to over here.
Okay.
Gorgeous. Love.
Like remembering all the points. Okay.
I know. And then we have our elbows, which we can go up here, right? We can go up here. We can bring the hands together like right here. Gorgeous. We can bring it up towards us just a little bit. We can work the shoulder just a little bit more.
Okay.
Yes. And then we can bring the elbows down, right? We can have it here. And then we can have it here if we want. I know we might be shooting some fantasy here and there, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have finally, after all the other points, now we're up to our hands, right?
Yes.
Now we can do something about it. So for the hands, for me, honestly, I think the simplest thing is like, what is natural to us, right? I could go for like a glasses touch right over here, right? Do we have pockets in the jeans?
Yeah.
Let's go for our hands in the pocket there.
Okay.
We could go for glasses touch here, all right? We could go for a back of the head scratch right here. Beautiful. That's lovely. Don't move.
Okay.
I want to take a picture because you look absolutely stunning. I just want to show you because you can't see yourself. I just want to show you later on. You look so good. Beautiful. Kick the booty back just a little bit. Love. And kick the hip out this way again.
Oh, like the hip. Okay.
Yes. Love. Okay. And then from there, we could, let's say, we could go on the top of our head too. Right? Yes. Love. And then this could also be in the back pocket for us if we want to. Okay. Right? Yes. And scene. Super cool, right?
Yeah.
How is the 7 posing points so far? Do you feel like that's been helpful?
Yeah. I think
That's
it's
perfect.
just like I get in my head a lot, so then I have to like think through like a checklist. I'm just like, okay, so this. Like,
Right. Hit me with one of your go-to, just either the same go-to pose or a different go-to pose one more time.
I think I said like this.
Right. Okay, let's practice this because I realize, it's probably good to see you practice and give you some pointers. Let's say, go to the go-to pose one more time. Okay. I want you to make 3 more variations of this, utilizing those 7 posing points, just one at a time. Give me one variation. Beautiful. Another variation. Remember, they don't have to be drastic. They literally don't have to be drastic.
Yeah. I don't know, like a face turn.
Beautiful. We actually didn't talk about the last posing point, which is the neck, but you're a step ahead of me. And then one last variation, changing one thing. Gorgeous. And that's it.
Yay.
That's it. Not too bad, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Let's sit back down with me here. We're gonna go through some of these expression stuff. I'm gonna have you do this with me. So for expression, usually for me, this is how I go through it, right? I'm gonna have you relax your lips, and I'm gonna have you follow me with that as well. Okay. So like this, right now, like put it together.
Okay.
Yes. That's
That's
really
so
it. That's
funny.
really it. I know it feels really funny.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, you look stunning.
No.
Are you looking at yourself right now when you do that?
Let me turn the thumbnails off because I can still see myself at the top. So it's making me a little insecure. Hide self view. There we go. Okay, now it's just you.
There we go. Okay, now it's just me.
Yes.
Focus on me. Okay, let's add this with some posing. Because if we're literally like this and I ask you to relax your lips, you're like, this feels fun. Okay, relaxed lips to me is like when we're relaxing, right? So when I want to serve a face, I'm not just like in some dirt-beat pose like this, right? I want you to again watch me very closely. I'm gonna get into a pose where I'm gonna get comfortable, right? Okay. And then from here, I'm gonna go. Right? It's very different when we apply that, when we really start feeling ourselves after a pose.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Are you on a chair right now, Chelsea?
No, I'm sitting on the floor.
We're on the floor right now?
I'm in my bedroom, so like my laptop and camera are on my bed.
Interesting. Okay, so are you sitting kind of like a mermaid or crisscross applesauce?
I'm sitting on my feet.
Oh, like an Asian squat, like this?
Maybe sitting like this.
Oh, okay. Okay, makes sense. Okay, let's do this. I'll do it with you then. Oh God. Okay.
Sorry, I'm a weirdo.
What? This is a great sit. Okay, hold on. Let me see here. Okay, let's go hands like this. This hand.
Yeah.
And then here. And then we'll place it down. Just because I can't see it right now.
Yeah.
And then we're going to work our shoulder here. So place the hand on your lap, and then you can also go for a little lean.
Okay.
Love. I'm gonna have you really feel like you're sort of hiding behind your shoulder, relaxing your lips. Absolutely. Okay. Still eyes on me. Gorgeous. Just your eyes this time, Chelsea, on the bottom of your laptop. Eyes on the bottom of your laptop. Gorgeous. This time, eyes on maybe down towards your knee just a little bit.
Okay.
Gorgeous. Relaxing your lips there. An absolute queen. Stay there. And this time, I'm going to have you go for your default sort of lips together. Still looking down. And then relaxing your lips again. Yes. And then let's say this is level 1 relaxed lips. I want you to go back into pose, go back into pose.
Okay.
Okay. Still looking at your knee.
Okay.
And then go into the relaxed lips there. Beautiful. And then this is level 1 relaxed lips. I'm going to have you go for level 3 relaxed lips. Whatever that means to you. Don't think about it too much.
Okay.
Okay. So do the relaxed lips. This is level 1. I'm going to have you go to like level 3 relaxed lips. Don't think too much. Don't talk about it. I just want you to do. Gorgeous. Love. And from there, keep that level 3 baby smile. Oh, the relaxed lips. And then we're going to add a little baby smile to it. Don't look at me. Just go for a little touch to it. Gorgeous. Work the shoulder a little bit more. Yes. And scene. Okay. I'm going to show you these. Okay.
Okay.
Because there's a difference, especially if we're not used to seeing ourselves relaxed lips, right?
Yeah.
When we look at a mirror, when we go into our reflection and go, it's going to look funny.
Right.
It's almost like there's a huge disconnect with what we're doing here and how we're presenting our body.
Yeah.
Right. Like I said, that's why I kept doing this. If I was just like this and then trying to serve a model face, there's like a weird disconnect.
Right.
Right. But now that I've put you into the pose and then gave you the relaxed lips, to me, you look absolutely stunning. And I think when we're not used to seeing ourselves in a new expression, putting us in the best suitable position into a pose and then working that new expression and then capturing it and showing it to you then is a lot more palatable to begin with than just going up to the mirror and trying like a cool phase or a sexy phase when like everything else just we don't feel like it at first. Yeah. And our body doesn't communicate the same thing, what we're trying to do with our expression. It's just like out of nowhere, we're jumping into cold waters kind of thing. Right. Let me send these to you.
Okay.
So we can have a look at these together.
And I will say one tip that one of my girlfriends gave me that does take like the relaxed mouth pictures all the time.
Okay.
She said that she'll usually say like out loud to herself the word prunes. So that way it kind of makes like a little like a little soft pout thing. So she's like, just kind of say prunes to yourself, like prunes. And then it's like the little slight pout, open mouth, whatever thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay. So I've tried that before. But
and how has that worked out for you?
It helps sometimes. And then other times I get in my head again. If I'm feeling myself, it helps. But like, if I'm just kind of generally doing it, then I just feel like I have dead face and I look awkward.
Okay. Let me send you these. Of course, these are just a photo of my monitor, which you're in.
Right.
And there's a bunch of like fingerprints, so don't mind that.
Also, I definitely want to come get photographed by you one day whenever I can.
Oh my gosh, I would love that.
I totally looked at your site already before this giveaway or anything also, because I was like, oh my God, I want to be photographed by him. I was like, when I have more money. Like, it's totally worth it. I get it, obviously, but I'm not that financially stable at the moment to afford it. So, but one day I want to come meet you and get photographed by you.
Love that. I'll be ready for you whenever you are. Okay, I sent it to you.
Okay.
Now, again, I want you to look at these as exercise purposes, self-development purposes. These are just, it's already how, like, what do you see so far when you look at these?
I mean, that second one doesn't even look like me.
Right? Like, how sultry is that?
I know. Oh my God. The shoulder and everything.
But when you were doing that with me, did you feel anything? Like when you did that, was there any switch of a little character or a feeling?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. And I want you to do it with me just a little bit again. Okay. Really, let's quiet down here. Take a deep breath through the nose with me. And out through the mouth. Perfect. And let's start default right here, looking at me to begin with. And then stay really conscious about how you feel. Really imagine you're just connecting with someone just across the room. And then follow me here. We're going to work that shoulder again. As if we're shy behind the shoulder. Yes, love. And I saw that you're bringing your chin down too, and you should be looking up just a little bit, relaxing your lips just a little bit, touch there. Gorgeous. Look down just a little bit, all the way down at your leg, and then come back up towards me. Love. And sing. How does that feel? Did it change a little mood in you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Exciting.
And that's the thing. It's like, just if I were to ask you to, let's say we're going to like acting audition, and I was like, Chelsea, you're playing a very shy character. What would your body language be? Go.
Probably just hide like that.
We would be like sort of like crumpling in, right? Like we'd be like, oh my gosh, like maybe our hands are like this. We're not sure, right? So, and that's what we actually end up doing, right? When we're shy, when we're nervous, we like have our body acts a certain way because we feel that way, right? And we have to also know that we can convince the mind vice versa. Just like our mind can convince our body to act a certain way because we're shy.
Mm-hmm.
If we open up, we can also change the way how we feel and then how we think as well. So just like how I was able to take you from sort of a neutral state to, oh my gosh, this feels a little flirty. This feels a little mysterious, right? Yeah. And that's the super cool thing about posing. If you really start to become one with your poses, you really start to sizzle into your poses, which is what I call it, then those expressions really should be a way of communicating and not just putting on like, oh, what was that? That's why I don't really call it just like, there are many like words that you can say to shape your mouth.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what's more important is, are you connecting with that pose and letting that be the driver of your expression versus, oh, what was that tip? Oh yeah, say apple or say banana, right? Like that's not going to change how you feel.
Yeah.
But once you really start getting comfortable, first of all, it's getting comfortable, getting attuned with your body, and then working that pose for you to actually start feeling that way, one with the pose. Then however you pose and express, like it shouldn't feel different from the way you're feeling.
Yeah.
Right. And then when you actually look at these photos, then you would no longer be like, that looks off.
Right.
Just like when we just go straight up to a mirror and try a expression that feels off, is probably what we're feeling is when we're looking at those photos.
Yeah.
Right. How's that segment so far?
Good.
Yeah. Oh, I'm out here giving my 200%. You're like, that's good. That's good.
I'm sorry. I'm processing it. It makes sense. I'm just like, I'm trying to just get over my own insecurities still. And like, admittedly, the shock that I'm legit talking to you right now still.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Well, okay. Let's go over one more thing here. Let's see. Let's look at this photo again.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
How did this pose come about? Did they direct you into this like how I directed you, or did they give you a reference photo?
They directed me to.
The same way I did, using themselves as a mirror? Or did they say, move your right arm this way?
Yeah, they're like, do this. And then they did the thing. And so I copied them, yeah.
To the exact T, like as much as I did?
Not as specific as you did, not like walking me through it. They just like...
Oh, okay. It was like a general, like, hey, get to this position.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Could you get into a similar position of this, if you can, and then try to lower the camera so I can see as much of you as possible?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Better?
Yes. Great.
And then the pose was so crouched thing. Yeah, the one knee up. I think it was like this. Oh, like this.
Perfect. Could you? I think you're facing the camera front way just a little bit more.
Ugh. Okay. This.
Perfect. Yes.
Yes. So this was, so she just told me to do this. And I was like, okay.
Okay. Have you seen my content about sizzling into the pose at all?
I don't think I have.
Okay. To me, this is a case of sizzling, right?
Okay.
And sizzling to me is exactly that same thing of becoming one with the pose, right? So to me, if I were to guide you into this, I would do it slightly differently. Right now, if I did the same pose as you are, it would be kind of like this, right?
Yeah.
If I were to, you know how sometimes, do you ever see me on some of my content, I like draw shapes onto the poses, like draw on the poses, right? Lines and stuff like that. Right now, what's happening is a lot of our energy is still like right around us here.
Yeah.
As we bring our center of gravity down, it's shifting, and all this limb is like being so close to that energy here too. And our energy is really balling up over here.
Yeah.
Right. So for me, like our shoulder isn't moving, it's pretty straight. Like even though we are creating like dynamic shapes here, it's not out enough. It's still sort of like here. Right. So what I would do, and this is a tough one, and maybe we should have started with a different one, but I still want to get to this with you. Right. So could we go to like here real quick? Is that possible? Could you do that?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So let's go back to becoming perfect. Let's go back to becoming a mirror, right?
Okay.
Let's say this hand is calibrate again. Perfect. All right. Let's bring it back down. We're good to go. Let's go to here. Is that possible? Beautiful. Love. And actually already it looks way better. I'll show you in just a little bit. I'm going to have you kick that foot out just a little bit more again.
Okay.
Beautiful. And let's do this arm over here. Can we go out just a little bit more?
Okay.
Perfect. And then let's see here. Hold on. Let me do this first. Don't follow me just yet. This is literally how I pose on my clients. I'm going to have you work this shoulder just a little bit this way.
Okay.
Beautiful. Head tilt a little bit this way. Nose around towards that shoulder just a touch. Gorgeous. Love. I'm going to have you relax those hands. Perfect. How do you feel at this moment? Don't move. Wait, don't move. How do you get back into that?
My foot hurting, but yeah.
Do you feel a little bit more badass?
Yeah.
By any chance?
Yeah.
Perfect. And then scene.
I think my biggest insecurity with that is I'm just very aware of like my belly. And so I feel like it's folded over more when I'm like crunched up like this. I'm like trying to suck in and keep my balance and like, oh, yeah, sexy.
So that's what I've like, when I see, that's something I realized recently. So if there is a point of insecurity, or if there's something we're shy about, especially when it comes to posing around that area, we tend to close up.
Yeah.
And there was, I found this out when I was posing Lucero. Did you follow me long enough to know about Lucero?
I don't think so.
Oh, first time. Okay, Lucero was my first full-time hire who just recently left. But okay, let's do friend. I was posing my friend. I saw a couple
posts that you did with her, yeah. But
right. Yeah, I was posing my friend, and she's always coming in some cute outfits, and so she's like, David, can you get some outfit photos for me? I'm like, of course. So one time she was in like a sleeveless outfit, right? And she was like posing. I think, how did I want her? I think I wanted something like this or something, right? But then she was like, and she's very open with me. She was like, David, I didn't shave my armpits. I was like, that's okay. We're not gonna show it. I've already photographed her. She worked here for like a year and a half, and those kind of things I already know what she doesn't want to show and things like that. So I was like, bro, if I see anything, I'll let you know. I'll adjust you, right? But I was like, but I don't see it, right? So I was like, move with me, and we've already we've been doing this enough. We moved together over a mirror. But when I was doing that, I would say, okay, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. She would stop right here.
Right.
She would stop right here because she was like still like very self-conscious about her art.
Yeah.
I was like, Sarah, I don't see anything. Trust me. I never got a bad photo for you. And she was like, okay, you know, and I did it. And she finally trusted me. But before, she was still like right here.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like she's not fully committed to that pose. Right. And I think that's somewhat what's going on here. That's what I'm seeing as well. If there's something we sort of don't fully commit to the pose, right? Not to say that if there is something that you're shy about, you shouldn't pose in a way that like empowers you, right? Because that's something I talk about often as well. It's being self-aware to know, hey, this is what I do want to highlight, and this is something that I'm working on and that I'm kind of shy about. I don't want to showcase so much, right? Which is like, I think it brings more power to you. I support that 100%. So it's good that you are self-aware to know that, right? It's now knowing what we can do with that knowledge. But if there's let's say if they do get you into a pose where you feel like, I don't feel like I can sizzle and become one with the pose, like David said, because there's one of these shyer points, right? Then you have two options. You either just have to fully commit, or you have to let them know, hey, I'm shy about this. I'm going to make a couple adjustments. Can you let me know if it still is within their vision, if like they're sort of like the creative director.
Right.
Right.
Which I did.
Do you feel like that
I was self-conscious about my belly, and she was like, "Oh, it's fine. You can't tell." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Whatever you say.
Right. And I feel like and that's the thing. As I work with so many people, that's why I really say like, hey, it's not about like dismissing our insecurities. It's not about dismissing where we're at with our self-love journey. We could be at the very beginning. We could be at we could have massively developed and progressed forward. We could be anywhere, but we still have to, acknowledge where we're at.
Right.
But despite having the insecurity, it's about still seeing ourselves as beautiful human beings. That's what it is, right? So being able to work with photographers who understand that and be like, oh, yeah, it's not, there's so many photographers and of course our friends as well. They're like, oh no, it's okay. It doesn't look like that, right. Instead of actually like working with us. I think this is a great, this is a great one. I think this is a better probably example of like sizzling into the pose, right? So it's the same set. It's the glasses one. It's the first one. Could you remind me the context of this pose? How did they give it to you here? Do you remember?
That one, I think she just told me what to do.
Just grab onto your glasses.
Yeah, she was just like, can you grab your glasses for me? So I was like, okay. Right. But she didn't give any other direction other than that.
Right. Okay. So, and with your phone, I'm going to have you take a photo of me just like how I took a photo of you.
My phone is
if you instructed me, right? You're like, David, place your hands and grab onto the ends of your eyeglasses, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to go like this. You can take a photo. Right?
Right.
How does that look on your end?
Not confident.
Little like stiff.
Yeah, a little stiff.
Right? Maybe like something's missing, right? Yeah. So this is what I call not sizzling. Again, another prime example of not sizzling into the pose. It's almost like we built, it's like we're building a pose through like an Ikea manual.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, David, put your hand here, and like, okay, it's meant to be a pose, but it's not really. Right. It's missing something.
Yeah.
Just like how, and let me know if you've seen that. I think I preach about this a lot on my Instagram. I don't want to be a broken record. It's kind of like the best analogy I can give is like when we're learning how to dance. Okay. We can have the simplest steps to a dance. Let's say side by side, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's add just a little bit more and let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. If an Ikea manual taught us that dance, it would say It would say hand up 1, 2, 3, right? It would be that. But we actually really like how much dance can we actually learn through an Ikea manual?
Right.
Right? Because we're missing, we have the dance down, but we're missing the soul. We're missing the feeling, right? We could change this so many ways, but we're trying to learn that through a manual. And that's what's happening with this pose as well.
Yeah.
Right? We're given a concept almost, and that was it. So take this photo again. I'm going to sizzle into this pose this time. Okay. Right? So it's the same concept, right? We're going to go to eyeglasses here, touch. I'm going to.
Love.
Right? And I can go here.
Oh my God, yes.
Right? And like, I don't even know what I look like right now. But I bet it looks a lot better. But even without looking at the photo, I feel 100 times cooler and in tune with my body and my pose, and I know what I'm communicating.
Yeah.
Right? Can I see the pose?
Yes.
Heck yeah!
So good, especially compared to that.
Yes. But do you get what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this together. This will be our last exercise together.
Okay.
Again, what we're gonna do, let's do our basic, the concept. Hand, right?
Hand. Yes.
And essentially, this is what the photo is. That's what it is, right?
Right. That's literally all it is. So just like, like I'm holding them.
Right. So we're gonna go from there. And what I did was I shifted my whole body just a little bit first, like that. Okay. And then free up the elbows and the shoulder just a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna work this shoulder. So I'm gonna turn my body. Yes.
Okay.
And then head to a little bit. And then shoulder up, the elbow up over here just a little bit. Love. And this one too. Love. Chin up just a little bit. Relaxing the lips. Gorgeous. Stay there. Let's do let's actually do the nose around just a little bit towards your knee. And then looking at the ground there. Beautiful. Gorgeous. This time, let's go for a little bit more turn, upper body turn towards the ground. Yes. Bring that elbow up just a little bit more on this side. Gorgeous. Yes. Relaxing the lips just a touch more. Yes. And eyes towards me. An absolute queen. Queen. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me show you the before and after like you did for me. So let's go to our beginning concept pose.
Yeah.
And then lower down just a little bit. Looking at hold on. Still try to serve that model face in this pose, okay? This is what I mean. See, it's coming full circle. It's like trying to go like this and then serve that face. It doesn't work that way, right? Yeah. But then let's try it. Because this is exactly what happened at your photo shoot. Serve the face, relax the lips. Perfect. Okay. Oh, I love this. Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
Are we ready? Okay. This is the before the pose. This is before the pose.
Oh God. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're ready for the transformation.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Ah! Woo! Oh my God. Are you kidding?
Yes. Ah! Girl, that is you.
What? No.
Look, like essentially, we're doing the same expression too, right? Like we're relaxed, we're quote unquote relaxed lips. But why is it that it works here, but it doesn't here?
Oh my God.
Right?
I am gobsmacked. What?
And listen, again, this is a photo through a monitor screen.
For real? Are you kidding me? Oh my God.
And I really want you to know at the end of the day, it's again, how you feel.
Yeah.
What are you communicating with your body? Where is the soul? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like we're trying to sing without emotion. It's like having a robot dance or having a robot sing or having a robot pose. It's missing the element of the human element.
Yeah.
You know, we have to feel it. If they give us a concept, and if they're not David Suh, who's actually going to guide you into every inch of a pose,
right? Literally,
right? I mean, I wish I can be there in your pocket with you every time helping you out, but the reality is I can't, right? The reality is I can't. So if they give you a concept, that's great. Not, some photographers don't even give you a concept. So if they give you a concept, you have to think, okay, how can I move my body with those 7 posing points
and make it sizzle
and sizzle into it?
Yeah.
And give yourself time to really feel it out.
Okay.
Right? And that already hopefully will take you a step or two ahead of your game already.
Yeah, that's, oh my God, thank you.
Don't cry. Oh my gosh. How has everything been? Do you feel more confident? Do you feel like this was successful for you?
Oh, absolutely. No, so much, like, even just thinking through like the 7 points, like you mentioned, just like considering how to just like utilize the different points of my body instead of just like, I'm going to stand here and maybe put my hand in my pocket and like,
yes.
Like glamour shots, like, just having like more of a broader kind of concept of it. And then, like just feeling it more and feeling more confident in how the face goes with the pose instead of just trying to do like sexy, relaxed mouth face when you're just standing blandly.
And that's this is what I always say. I always show my clients. I was like, this is why the posing it sets the tone for the expression. Okay. Yeah. I always tell my clients, I'm always posing them. I think sometimes they take it for granted. I seriously I think they take it for granted because getting into that right pose already does 90% of the work. If you're feeling cool here, then it makes it so easy to bring out that expression. Right?
Absolutely.
And then I tell them, I'm like, okay, go to high school senior photos and then try to have that same cool pose.
Right.
Right? It just doesn't work. And it's the worst when it's like, especially if you're doing something a little bit more risque or you're trying to do something a little bit more sensual or sexy. It's worse when they're like, okay, now be sexy. Like, what? No,
like, if I just flip a switch, what are you?
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. You have to feel it with the body. You have to become one with the pose, right? Yeah. So I really hope that helps.
It does. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chelsea. Well, have a great, wonderful rest of your day. And make sure to tag me in your future photos that you use these poses. I would love to see how these tips help you in your future photo shoots.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chelsea. Have a great one.
Thank you. You too.